Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to go over I saw the um the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. Um like I didn't what, at the end of the movie I saw that Colin Farrell was, and I was like, who was Colin Farrell? And it was the Penguin. I'm like, that is a good makeup designer. That is a good makeup artist. Um, because I was looking at him all the time, and I was like, I feel like I know that person. I feel like I know that actor. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So basically, I um, as I was watching the as I got more and more into it, I mean, like, I was expecting a regular Batman movie. Now, I haven't seen a Batman movie or a superhero movie in a long time, so I think I was just expecting superhero. Um, but I feel like that movie, a lot of people, first of all, a lot of people, I have heard a lot of reviews from it, and a lot of people said that they liked it. Um, it was okay. For me, it was okay. Um, it's good that they don't, they didn't use Joker, because a lot of people love using Joker in Batman movies, in the Batman movie. So it was nice to get a new take on it and see Penguin as he was a minor bad guy. He wasn't the big bad guy, but he was influential in the story. So I like that. I think because it was just a whole new branching out into different villains than just focusing on the Joker. And I think the reason people, like, a lot of people love to focus on Batman and the Joker is because they're like the same person basically. They're two sides to each coin. Um, two sides to the same coin. Um, so um, so what I when I watched that movie, like I said, I thought it was okay. The acting was a little over the top. I feel like I feel like the acting was a little over the top. I feel like some of the CGI wasn't done that great. Again, I haven't seen. I guess I guess probably, like, I haven't seen a lot of CGI acting in a while. I mean, CGI acting in a while. So I guess there was just more, like, combat going on. So, like, the CGI took effect, but, like, I didn't really like it because I thought it looked a little sloppy. But that's my opinion. Because, like, I've seen Spider-Man, and I've seen X-Men, and it didn't look like I was watching CGI. It actually looked like I was watching people fight. Who so yeah, I would that didn't look good to me. Um so thing is, um I feel like, basically, that watching this particular Batman made me realize why Batman says, I'm the I believe it's said, in a former movie, I'm the hero that they Gotham wants, but not the hero Gotham needs. Um basically, he basically, Batman's kind of selfish. He is. In this movie, he was very selfish. I think, I think, and that also showed me Batman's. He's kind of crazy. He is. He's very crazy. Like insane in the membrane. So I can see. So now, if you guys don't know, I said in the previous video that I um got a book called The Psychology of Batman from um Newberry Comics, and I pride myself on that book because I love learning about psychology, and I love cartoons. I love animated stuff. So I mean, the book is not animation, but I mean, an author wrote about. I love um people say I love that kind of stuff. So people say, "Oh, you're being juvenile, dwelling, watching anime or animation or cartoons or superheroes." It's cut them out of your life, please. Just cut them out of your life, because be happy. Um, so yeah, I pride myself on picking that book. I actually went there to go get an Avatar comic, but then I saw that book and I was just like, "Ooh, this looks interesting." So yeah, so I liked reading that book. Um, so yeah, Bruce Wayne is not a stable person. He's like, "Oh yeah." In the movie with Robert Pattinson, he was just like, "Yeah, I'm okay to die. I'm not afraid to die." And I'm just like, "Okay." So, and it's just like this mentality went over, and all of your Robins died at one point. Dick Grayson died at one point. Jason Todd died, obviously. That was a huge thing. Tim Drake died at one point. Even your son died at one point to save your rich ass. So, yes, and I said ass. So, something's wrong. um, yeah, so I just think that um, he, I feel like he is the reason why I say he's selfish is because um, when at the end of the movie when they were, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, when the Riddler's mini-me's were going around um in trying to help flood the whole entire um all of Gotham, basically um Batman started beating the crap out of the guy. And so Lieutenant Gordon, I believe he was still a lieutenant at that time, came and tried to get Batman off of him. And they unmasked the guy, the mini me Riddler, and he was just like, "Who are?" And they asked him, "Who are you?" And as Batman turned away, and then the mini me Riddler said, "I'm vengeance." And then Batman turned around and was like, "That's my line." No, he didn't say that's my line, but it would be funny if he did say that's my line. But Batman did turn around and say, in his mind, you could say, "I say that to myself all the time." Like, so, so then it dawned on me, like, if Batman wasn't around, none of the, most likely this whole Riddler thing could have been prevented. And it's because every time the Riddler struck, there was a there was always an envelope that said to Batman, and it had riddles in it, obviously, because why would the Riddler not have riddles? Um, so yeah, so it's just like, why would I don't obviously I don't think the Riddler would the Riddler knows Batman is smart. Um, Batman would understand these riddles, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have faith in the Gotham Police Department to get the answer for the riddle. So basically, if Batman wasn't there, I don't think the Riddler would exist. Um, or I mean, but I mean, obviously he would still exist because he's a because he had a tragic backstory, so he would still he would probably still be bitter, but I don't know if he would probably turn to crime, but I don't know if he would go to the extent of that. I mean, maybe he would, but it's just like, why? If nobody on the team of Gotham PD is as experienced in riddles like Batman, then why would you? That's just a waste of time. I mean, but I mean, we did have the Zodiac Killer, and people couldn't crack the code, and I think now people are just starting to crack the code after the Zodiac Killer has stopped since a long time ago. Um, so I mean, he could do that, but he got he got off on having Batman solve the riddles. So I think that also he I think that Batman's a vigilante. Um, Obviously, that's why a lot of, if you've ever seen actually a lot of superheroes are vigilantes. I think the only vigilante I think the only superhero is not a vigilante is Captain America. I mean, I don't know that much about like every superhero, but I think the only non-vigilante is Captain America because he was made by the government. I mean, basically, he was a human that was enhanced by the government. So, yeah, basically, by the US Army. So, I was gonna say Wonder Woman, but yeah, Wonder Woman's not. She wasn't recruited by the government. She was willingly in she willingly left um she willingly left her island to protect what Rogers. I think he's is it Colonel or Lieutenant Rogers, but and I'm not talking about the movies because I don't understand the movies at all. But I'm going based off of the one in the 70s. Um, so she basically she went to volunteer as Diana. I mean, to work in the army, in the military as Diana, even though no one knew she was Wonder Woman. But yeah, they're all vigilantes at the. They're all everyone's a village vigilante. So, um, in a way, yeah, I guess all superheroes are actually pretty kind of selfish in a way because I mean, if you look at the Tobey Maguire things, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, he is um, first time he takes pictures of himself as Spider-Man, Jameson is just like, they're not that great, because basically he's just showing, basically Spider-Man is just showing himself off. So, and I can understand why Jameson was just like, these aren't that great. Um, but I mean, Jameson was desperate to get some news on Spider-Man. And I can see why in the beginning a lot of people were wary about Superman. I can see why people were wary about Batman. I can see why people were wary about Spider-Man. Um, they were just trying to protect their city, and it's like it's like how do you rebuild a city when like almost every week there's like a big thing going on, like the explosions everywhere. Like one day you could just be cooking and then out of nowhere, like Batman and another person just tumbles in your ceiling, and it's just like, what the fuck? Excuse me for um for swearing, but yeah, like the insurance rate must be crazy. It's like I remember I saw a video by Long Beach Griffey, um, and he was pretending he does comedy skits, and he did one where he was talking to his friend who lived in New York with Spider-Man, and so he was complaining about his life and how like it's just so hard to live in that city because Spider-Man and everyone is just destroying the city, and it's got to be tough. It's got to be tough being a civilian living in those places. So yeah, I think people are like, I think sometimes, even though I love Superman, Superman's kind of selfish at a point. I mean, a lot of them come out because a lot of these super villains come out or created because of these superheroes. It's just ego at this point. So that's all my thoughts for today. Um, bye.